All right, so back to the article here are our three options for the question. Remember, the question is, dogs tilt their heads. Which of the 5 traditional senses does not make them do this? So when they tilt their head, they are not A, using the sense of smell, B, using the sense of hearing, or C, using the sense of sight. So 2 of these 3 things they are using when they tilt their head. But which one do you think is the one that's not in the group of things that they're using when they tilt their head?
味觉、听觉、视觉. Which one do you think is the answer?
That's a really tough question. I mean, they're doing it when they seem kind of confused, when they're figuring things out. They are looking at you.
Yeah.
They are listening to you because you're talking. I don't see how the sense of smell would be involved, because when dogs smell, they usually come much closer to you, right? And they're not usually smelling your face. Usually they're smelling your hands or your clothes or things like that. So I would say smell. Well, the article goes on to tell us dogs often tilt their heads to one side when people talk to them. Yeah, it's really cute. It's like they're trying to figure out, what are you talking about? What are you trying to tell me? But they do that often when people are talking to them. Not when they're, watching a cat run across the street, or when they're looking at a bowl of food, or when they're playing with you. It's when you're looking at them, talking to them, and they go, huh?
I've seen one of my friend's dogs do this before.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
It is cute.
所以不知道同学有没有注意到，狗狗在人类跟它们讲话的时候会歪头。
It's cute, and also, now I think about it, people do that too.
Really?
Well, if someone says something really confusing to you, you're like, huh? You often do that. What are you talking about? Anyways, so the article says, it's cute, yes, but why do dogs do it?
很可爱，没错，但他们为什么要这么做呢 ？Why?
All right, let's get to the answer. It says both hearing and sight cause this. So notice smell is not in that sentence. Hearing and sight, we are told, cause dogs to tilt their heads. Cause is our third word, power word, and it's spelled C-A-U-S-E, cause. All right, cause, as I mentioned, is a verb. It's to make something happen. Something goes on, and then this makes something else happen. This causes something to happen. If you let go of your glass of water, that will cause it to fall on the ground. And once it hits the ground, that will cause the glass to break, and that will cause the water to spill all over the floor. It's like a connection or a chain of actions. One action leads to or causes another action. You might notice if you put the letters B and E in front of this word cause, you have because, right? We often use because to answer the question why. Why did something happen? Because this is the reason why. This is what made something happen. So to cause something is to make something happen. And we can also use it as a noun. The cause of something is why something happened. Why did you drop your glass on the water? Because it slipped out of my hand. That was the cause of me dropping the glass. For example, your mistakes caused lots of problems for our team. Your mistakes caused lots of problems for our team. To which you'd probably say, sorry.
Cause 这个动词呢，就是导致、造成。那它的三态变化是规则的，在字尾加上 d 就可以了。那它还可以当做名词来使用哦，是原因的意思。所以我们有听过 cause and effect， 就是原因跟结果。那我们的例句说啊，你的疏失造成了我们团队很多问题。回到文章呢，狗狗会歪头，原来是听觉和视觉造成它们如此的 ，not the smell. I get why hearing causes this, but why sight?
Okay, so you think the hearing is...
Because they're listening to us, right?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
and they're kind of moving their ears.
Yeah,
sometimes
like, try to listen to us talking.
You do. Sometimes you move your head to make your ears work a little bit better, to hear more clearly. Obviously, noses are something they use for smelling, not for understanding words and language. But the article says dogs' long noses can block their view. Interesting. They do have long noses, and that might get in the way of them seeing clearly. The noses might block or get in the way of their view, their ability to see clearly, or the place from which they are trying to look. Interesting.
所以狗狗常常的鼻子会挡住它们的视线。That's why they tilt their heads.
Well, that's what the article says. They tilt their heads to see people's faces and body language more clearly. They're trying to understand you, and so the nose might block their view to really see your face clearly. And your body language as well. Your body language is kind of how you carry your body. You know, if you're angry, you might make yourself look bigger. If you're sad, your shoulders might go down. You can often understand people's moods and feelings, not just from their words, but from their face, their facial expressions, and also their body language. So the dogs, being group animals, right? They're pack animals, they're social animals. They want to understand you, and this just helps them understand you a little bit more easily. That's nice of them.
Yeah, 所以他们歪头呢，才可以清楚的看见人类的脸和身体语言。我们说 body language 是身体的语言，那他们要看我们的脸，是为了要看我们的 facial expressions 脸部表情。
And it also says dogs also move their ears by tilting their heads. Well, sure, of course, you will change the position or move your ears by tilting or by turning your heads. As we said, people do that too if we're trying to hear more clearly.
我们在这边看到介系词 by， 它是借由的意思，所以借由倾斜它们的头，狗狗也可以移动它们的耳朵。But why do they need to move their ears?
Because they are often quite close to you when you're speaking. You would think that they would hear very clearly. Well, the article tells us this way, by tilting their heads and moving their ears, this way they can hear sounds and tones of voice better. So again, it's about understanding what you're saying, understanding your communication better. They want to hear your sounds and tones more clearly. Sound is our fourth word power word. S-O-U-N-D, sound. Okay, a sound, as I mentioned, is a noun. It's kind of like a noise. It's something that you hear. The sound or the noise goes into your ears, and then your brain tells you what that sound is. Some sounds are really nice, like the sound of babies laughing. Or some sounds are really terrible, like the sound of babies screaming and crying really loud. That's a terrible sound. Some sounds are loud, like the sound of an airplane taking off, or some sounds are quiet, like the sound of a mosquito sitting down. That's a really quiet sound. No, some other sounds are quiet where you can actually hear them. When someone whispers to you, that sound is very quiet. So sounds can be good, bad, loud, soft, but they're always going in your ear and giving you information about what is making that sound. For example, I could hear the sound of children playing on the playground. I could hear the sound of children playing on the playground.
Sound 在文章中呢，当名词用是声音的意思。那例句说我可以听见孩子们在游乐场上玩耍的声音。Sound 还可以当作动词哦，代表的是听起来。Your idea sounds great， 你的点子听起来很棒。所以原来狗狗移动它们的耳朵，可以听得更清楚人类的声音和 tones 语调。
Yes, tones is kind of like a body language. It's how you're saying those words, all right? If I say, I really hate bananas,
you do
I sound
hate bananas.
really angry. If I say, I really hate bananas, I'm saying the same thing, but the tone is giving you a very different message with those two sentences. So that's what dogs are doing. They're listening to sounds and tones. They don't understand the words you're saying, but all that other stuff, they're picking that up. It says they're listening for familiar words for things like taking walks or eating meals. Very true. Dogs do understand certain words, more the sound of the word and what that word means. All right, so for example, I know some people, if they say, let's go for a walk, the dog will go crazy and get really excited because it's going to go outside and it loves to go outside. So the people sometimes say, should we take him for a W-A-L-K? Because they don't want to say the word walk because the dog will understand. Now, if the dog knew the word walk, it could probably spell the word walk. That's not what's going on. But it does understand the sound of the word and what that word means. It's familiar with these words. To be familiar with something, to be familiar just means you know a little bit about it, you've heard it before. Doesn't mean you're totally 100% you know everything about it, but yeah, that's not strange. I've seen that before.
Familiar 就是熟悉的意思啦，所以狗狗在听的是不是有它们熟悉的字在里头，像是 taking a walk 散步和吃饭 So they do understand us a little bit.
I think they do, yes. And we also understand that for us, the article is over and it's time for our review.